What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Tesla and NNDM, Nano Dimensions. What is going on with both of these stocks? We got some news coming out about both of them, and we are going to hop into that here soon. But before we do, we ask that you guys hit that sub button. We got like 90% of you watching these videos not sub, so if you're not sub, hit that sub button. It really helps us out. Also, we want to thank everybody for the 100 subs. We really, truly appreciate that. It honestly feels good to hit that 100 mark, and we're off to the next benchmark. But without further ado, let's just hop into it, dude. So Tesla, dude. This stock, honestly, it's got that buy rating of 900. You know, we talked about that in the last couple videos, or not buy rating, price target of 900. But today there was some news that came out this morning about them getting a National Highway, I think it's National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, basically sent them a recall notice for some of their cars, up to 10% of their cars, or 158,000 of their cars, for some computer problems. They went into, like, in that description, they talked about the MCUs, or basically it's like that big iPad looking, you know, touchscreen device. It has some memory in it, and according to the report, most of the cars have about 8% or 8 gigs of memory, of like memory space. And every time a car is started and stopped, it takes up a little bit of that memory. Well, according to that report, when the memory gets closer to being full, it causes a bunch of issues with the touchscreen, like it blacking out. The rear view camera won't work. They're talking about like some of the users can't use the heating, the cooling, the seating stuff, and it also affects the Tesla the autopilot. So that's a huge safety concern there. And honestly, like, I was expecting it to hurt Tesla a little bit more than what it did. I mean, today the market literally just closed as we're making this, so it closed at 845. You know, only down 1%. Not as bad as I was thinking. Thank goodness, because nobody wants to see it go down.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, it affected. I'm kind of just going over my notes real quick. It affected the cars that were made in their Tesla's Fremont, California plant. And they're the Tesla Model S sedans that were made between 2012 and 2018, and the Model X SUVs between 2016 and 2018. So I guess if you guys have one of those vehicles, you know, check into that possible recall. I don't think Tesla's officially come out with a recall yet, so just kind of be prepared for that. They did give Tesla the option to announce a recall, but if Tesla doesn't accept that report, then they have to explain to that administration why they're declining it, which could cause further issues down the road. But I would think if Tesla saw issues in their cars, they would probably, fix it.
Right. It would only be smart for them to do so. Because if they don't, then you're just ignoring problems with your car. Like, that
Exactly.
doesn't look very good for you.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, so even though with some of this stuff coming out, Tesla's still up 695% from the last 12 months. And that's comparing that to the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is only up 16%. So if you had your entire savings into Tesla, dude, you're up 695% in the last 12 months. Which, I'm sailing away to Jamaica, dude. Done. Gone. But yeah, so that was pretty much the big news for Tesla. They also, I think it might help that they announced their earnings. I think it was January 27th. After market.
Releasing.
Say that again?
They're going to be releasing.
Sorry. They're going to be releasing their earnings for the fourth quarter of 2020 and the year closed after the closed market on the 27th. So keep an eye out for that. If we look back at their previous earnings, so the forecast for this quarter, they're predicting a 59% EPS. And if you look back a year ago to where, this time last year, they were only at 11 cents. So the growth there is over triple, quadrupled, huge gains there. And if we look at the chart, you can see clearly like where they were, the dark blue is the estimated and what they reported. And it appears that the last 4 quarters, they've beaten what was supposed to be estimated. So that's promising as well. So I'm excited to see what happens when they report this quarter, especially with, the EV market just blowing up and their stock and then splitting and all of that good jazz.
Yeah, I just hope that they don't start kind of, because they're always beating it, that they're like you know, expecting more all the time, and
Right.
then they do really good and they hit the expected, but like the stock still goes down because people are just, as time goes on, they're just expecting more and more out of them.
Right.
Um, you know, so hopefully they stay realistic with their
Right.
expectations.
So basically, based on these past 4 quarters, I'm excited to see where we're headed for this. So we'll keep an eye on that. And yeah, that was pretty much the biggest news of the day for Tesla. So we'll see what happens. They're kind of just riding again. They were riding a little bit lower today, along with the market. So nothing too exciting today. Kind of just like a sideways trade day. They did have that big pop this morning, or I should say the dip. If we look back this morning, it did dip down and then it kind of popped up and then it kind of just trended down as the day went on. But yeah, again, end of January, I'm I'm really sticking to my 875 $900 mark to where we're gonna see this thing.
Yeah, I mean they're at least gonna meet expectations, probably beat it for sure. So
Right.
it's just gonna go up.
Right. And even, like they said, they announced their earnings on January 27th after market. So that's before the end of January. If they go, if their earnings are beat, I expect this thing to easily hit that 875 to $900 mark.
Yeah,
Easily.
yeah. Because this stock, every time they beat earnings, it seems like it just jumps like crazy.
Right.
Just because the hype with this stock is
Oh, it's
unbelievable.
unbelievable.
So,
Just as big as Nio, man. Just as big as
right.
Nio. So yeah, so let's wrap up Tesla. Let's go ahead and hop over to NNDM or Nano Dimensions. So this is the first we've talked about this on our channel. Nano Dimensions is basically a 3D printing company for circuit boards and other electronic parts. And this, I almost want to say this is pretty much like a penny stock. You got a little bit of risk here. Yesterday they were up 21%, I believe, and now they pulled back 9%.
Yeah, it's definitely a higher risk stock, but it's also higher risk, higher reward. So it depends
Right,
on your risk tolerance whether you want to get in or not. But if you look at the chart, it's been just going to the moon.
right,
But today they actually announced the sale of 35 million shares at the price of 950, which is almost $1 cheaper than where it's at now.
right,
That's why it's down 9% today. Um, but that's kind of scary because they, like, 2 weeks ago they sold 33.3 million shares for 750 a share. So to me it seems a little scary when they just did this 2 weeks ago and they're already doing it again.
right,
Um, but yeah, so from those shares they'll make approximately like $332.5 million. And the company said that it intends to use the net proceeds for working capital and other general corporate purposes and pursuing strategic opportunities, which they said it includes the possible business combination transactions,
which
etc.
to me is like very, all three of those are like you said, it was very vague.
Yeah,
There's
those are
no.
all
Go
those are
ahead.
all like super vague explanations of what they plan on doing with the money.
Right,
But the possible business combination transactions basically means that they might be potentially looking at buying another business.
right,
Um, so that could be good. Depending on what they buy, it could help speed up the process of manufacturing or anything.
right,
So,
and
but yeah, what they plan on doing with the money is like super vague. So it's
yeah.
kind of worries me a little bit.
Then this one, along with everything else that we always talk about on this channel, is always kind of like invest at your own risk, do your own research, and always what we say is all for entertainment purposes only. We're just here to try to help you guys get information and news, and we don't tell you guys what to invest in. Just always do your own research, consult your own financial advisor, all that good stuff. Um, but with this one, I'm
I
personally
mean,
invested in it. Go ahead.
we've both made some good money off of this. So
Yeah, I know. In one of my other accounts, I got in at $4.50, so I'm up
right.
well over 150% in it. And in my personal account now, I think I'm up like 25% in it or so. So I'm in for the long haul. Everything that we buy is in for the long haul. But with this stock, with them, they just did a capital raise 2 weeks ago. They're doing
Yep.
one again, so that kind of makes me a little sketch on them not being able to either make money or hold money. So to me, I think I'm going to keep a very tight watch on this one, and I may sell. Usually, again, like I said, I'm always in for the long haul. But if something's gonna tank, I'm taking my profits. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna purposely watch my money go away. So I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on this one. And if it starts approaching that, I would probably say if it starts pushing that $950 mark, I'm out. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna.
I mean, this should be a good one for the long haul. I mean, a lot of people are in this, but
Right.
with them announcing another, capital raise, that worries me a little bit. But
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's been good to us though for this
Right.
for
And I
this
mean,
long.
right now, like we said, we closed market a little bit ago, but we're up. It's up 1.45% after market. So that's kind of promising, to know that it's at least it's rebounding from the down percent today. The 10% that it was down today, 9.5% or so.
Yeah,
So
and wasn't it up like 20 some percent yesterday?
yeah, yesterday it was up
So
21%. So
yeah, so some of this, almost, they were negative 9.25%. Like some of that, is probably from them selling more shares, but also just some correction from yesterday
yeah,
jumping so much as
people
well.
went in and out, dude. And
Yeah.
we're looking at the 3 month span right now, and you can see every time there's a big run up, there's a pullback. Every single time. Every time there's a
Yep.
run up, it always corrects itself. And it doesn't, it does this to me, the 10% loss does not surprise me because I'm expecting it. And so
Right.
in the next coming days, I'm expecting another run up of 10%, 5,
Right. It
10%, somewhere in that
always,
ballpark.
yeah, it seems to go up 10%, sell off 5%, jump up
Right.
another 10, 15%. The
Right.
overall, it's growing, it's going up, it's going in the right direction. It's just one of these stocks that people are buying a lot and then selling a lot, but
Right, exactly.
in
And
general,
we
it's going
can't,
up.
yeah, we can't guarantee that it's going to go up 5 or 10%. Again, this is where your research comes in. Always, always, always do your own research. But yeah, so end of January, where do you think you see this one at?
End of January.
End of January. I'm gonna say
Like
maybe 11. I want to say probably $11. I would like to see $11 by the end of January.
yeah, I was gonna say 12. That would be nice, but we'll see
Yeah,
what happens.
would that be
Depends on
awesome?
the news that comes out.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna say 11. That's where I'm gonna put my pen on this one. So, but yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. If you guys like this kind of content, again, always hit that like, share, subscribe button, notification bell. Get that notification every time we send a new video. We try to do one daily, 4 o'clock. Occasionally, we might catch an early video. So keep an eye out for that. And again, we really do appreciate the 100 subs. Thank you so very much, and we'll see you guys in the next video.